Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Badke and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to analyze Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh, the match that took place at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. What an enticing contest it was, and it was the best match of group stage in the Asia Cup. A lot of verbal volleys from both the side before the start of the game, and the game certainly lived up to the hype and expectations of the fans and the neutrals all around. Bangladesh managed 183 for 7 in 20 overs, which seemed more than enough at the interval. But still, Sri Lanka somehow managed to pull back the game from the jaws of defeat, and 184 for 8 in 19.2 overs, with Ashita Fernando scoring 10 of 3 deliveries, which included 2 fours, which doomed Bangladesh out of the Asia Cup. First of all, we will analyze the Bangladeshi innings. 183 for 7, as I said. Mehdi Hassan Miraj. It is a good ploy every now and then that Bangladeshi management employs, that sent him at the top to open to enhance the scoring rate in the power play and take advantages of field restrictions. He scored 38 of 26 deliveries, which included 2 boundaries and 2 sixes. He was bowled by Vanindu Hasaranga, but he looked quite well for his 38 runs. So good innings for him. Sabbir Rahman was drafted into the squad, but he disappointed unfortunately. Just 5 runs of 6 deliveries. Ashita Fernando bowled him. Shakib Al Hassan, the skipper, looked in a decent touch, not very free flowing, but I think the pitch was such at the start that you needed to take some time. He scored 24 of 22 deliveries. Mahesh Theekshana got him out. It included 3 boundaries, and he will be disappointed. He didn't put in a commendable performance in the first game against Afghanistan as well, and he has failed this match. I wouldn't say he has failed, but he would have loved to carry on for a few more overs. Another failure for Mushfiqur Rahim, 4 of 5 deliveries. Chamika Karunaratne got him, and these twin failures by Mushfiqur certainly jeopardized the chances of Bangladesh of progressing. Afif Hussain, the next big thing in Bangladesh cricket, as I mentioned in my previous video as well, once again showed glimpses of his talent and showed why he is the future superstar. 39 of just 22 deliveries, which included 4 boundaries and 2 massive sixes. Although he was caught out at square leg boundary by Dilshan Madhushanka, but he just played with the bowlers pretty well of Sri Lanka at the time that he was at the crease. Used flicks pretty well. He knew where the fielder was and just put the ball towards the leg side as well. So it is a good sign to have for an emerging batsman. And although he isn't very muscular, he uses his brain pretty well to accumulate runs. So that is always a good and positive sign for the future. Muhammadullah Riyad also tried to steady the innings along with Hafif. He scored 27 of 22 deliveries, but he was undone by Vanindu Hasaranga at the start of the 17th over. Mossadegh Hussain once again continuing on his merry way, scored 48 runs against Afghanistan, and got the glimpses of his talent, but once again he's proved that he's a vital cog, especially down the order for Bangladesh. 24 of 9 deliveries, which included 4 boundaries, and his running between the wickets was also pretty good, which provided added cover for Bangladesh, or so they thought. Taskin Ahmed finished with a lusty blow down the order, 11 of 6 deliveries, which included a 6 for Sri Lanka. Dilshan Madhushanka bowled very well. He controlled his length, especially towards the latter part of the innings. 4 overs, gave away just 26 runs and took a wicket. Mahesh Theekshana also wonderfully well. We know that he is very talented, but the job of bowling in the power play, especially the first 6 overs, is one of the most difficult for any bowlers. But Mahesh Theekshana is a spinner, so it makes his job even harder. Yes, he has didn't play well in the first match against Afghanistan, but he more than made it up in this game. 4 overs, 1 wicket by giving away just 23 runs, below 6 runs per an over, always an commendable effort. Ashita Fernando was pretty expensive, 4 overs, 51 runs, and for a solitary wicket. Not a good experience for him. He didn't bolt his length pretty nicely. He was all over the place, and he paid the price for that at this level. Although he's a good promising bowler, his height is good, his bounce is good, but those deliveries which would trouble the batsman were few and far in between. So that was his undoing this game. Vanindu Hasaranga also was expensive by his lofty standards, 4 over 41 runs. Although he picked up 2 wickets, but he would have liked to be a little less expensive. and Chamika Karunaratne finished with respectable figures of 2 for 32 in 4 overs. So all in all, it looked set for a Bangladesh victory, but Kushal Mendis had other plans, scored wonderfully well all around the wicket, especially towards the offside and towards the latter part. He expanded his horizon into the leg side as well, scored 60 of 37 deliveries, which included 4 boundaries and 3 massive sixes. And we know that he blows hot and cold, but this inning came in a timely manner for Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh is his favorite opponent. Even in the past, he has scored well against them in the ODIs and tests. So a great outing for Kushal Mendis. Charit Asalanka disappointed once again. He impressed one and all during the last World Cup, but he hasn't quite found his rhythm, or we should say that he hasn't been given a chance to get going. The lefty, he scored just one run. Pathum Nisanka also 20 of 19 deliveries. Not carrying out his start, he wonderfully stroked 2 boundaries, but both Charita Salanka and Pathum Nisanka were undone by Ibadat Hussain, who had a decent debut up until that point. Danushka Gunathilaka was also out after a couple of boundaries. On 11 of 6 deliveries, he looked good, but was undone by a short ball, which Taskin Ahmed caught out at square leg. So 3 wickets for Ibadat Hussain. Great stuff until now. Bhanuka Rajpaksha once again, short ball caught out towards third man, 2 of 4 deliveries, well thought out dismissal by Taskin Ahmed. I'm sweating a lot, sorry, it is a pretty hot here. Dasun Shanaka then steadied the ship along with Kushal Mendis, scored a brilliant 45 of 33 deliveries, 3 boundaries and 2 massive sixes, and it looked that both were set to take Sri Lanka over the line, but until then tragedy struck. Dasun Shanaka was caught out by Mehdi Hassan towards long on, which tilted the scale in the favor of Bangladesh once again. Chamika Karunaratne also tried his best, 16 of 10 deliveries, which included a boundary, but once again he was run out by Shakib Al Hasan. It was an awful decision by Mahesh Tikshana to run, but such things happen. But I would prefer that such silly mistakes wouldn't happen in the future for Sri Lanka, as well as the Sri Lankan management would be hoping for the same, because this game Bangladesh considered a lot of wides and no balls as well, 4 no balls, 8 wides. So we can say that that also costed them the match. So they weren't very disciplined, especially Ibadat Hussain in his last over considered far too many wides and a no ball, which isn't acceptable at this stage, and that sunk Bangladesh. Ashita Fernando in the last over, he hit 2 boundaries of Mehdi Hassan to seal the victory for Sri Lanka, and there is a viral clip of Chamika Karunaratne doing the Nagin dance, and as I said at the start of my video that there were a lot of verbal volleys, especially Dasun Shanaka started it by saying that there are no world class bowler. Then director of cricket for Bangladesh, Khalid Masood, after that countered that although Afghanistan had a great bowling lineup, he couldn't see any world class bowlers and performers in the Sri Lankan team. Then Mahela Jayawardene tweeted in favor of Sri Lanka, of course, a couple of feisty tweets. So the backdrop is always there when these two teams meets. Who can forget the 2018 Nidahas Trophy in Sri Lanka, which also started the Nagin dance things, and Chamika Karuna did the same, because many Bangladeshi fans in excitement were doing the same dance when Sri Lanka lost a flurry of wickets in the middle order. So it was a nice way of getting back for them. Although I don't know how well these things have place in the cricket, but it is what it is, and it certainly adds to the entertainment factor, which is very essential, especially in T20s. Mustafizur Rahman took a single wicket by giving away 32 runs, a decent outing for him. Taskin Ahmed was pretty impressive once again, got good bounce, bowled good lengths, and although I prefer that his lengths need to be a little bit more fuller, but he did the job, because his pace at a and bowling at the back of length is always a recipe for disaster in the batsman, especially when the pitch is heading. Although the pitch got very easier to bat in the second innings, there was quite a few spice up there for the bowlers even during the first 6 overs of Bangladesh, and he took advantage of that. Shakib Al Hasan couldn't take a wicket this game. Lackluster game by his standards in batting as well as bowling. 4 overs gave away 31 runs, would have much likely preferred a wicket. Ibadat Hussain, as I said, his bowling had 2 parts. First was a great part, 4 runs First 3 overs were a different story, and the last over was entirely a nightmare for him. Still finished up with 3 wickets, but at what cost? Gave away 51 runs, 3 wides, and a no ball in the 19th over. So that didn't help. What a confusing debut, I would say. A unique experience for Ibadat Hussain. Mehdi Hassan, in 2.2 overs, he gave away 30 runs and took a single wicket. Ashita Fernando, the hero, as I said, and Mehdi Hassan Miraj. There are two Mehdi Hassan in the Bangladesh lineup. First is Mehdi Hassan Miraj, which opened the innings, who is playing for Bangladesh since 2016, and other is the off spinner Mehdi Hassan. I am talking about Mehdi Hassan. He gave away 11 runs in 1 over. So all in all, a pretty entertaining contest, and please share in the comment section below how did you like my analysis of this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then everyone, bye.